every day.
So adventures today bring us to northern Idaho, and we are here to do the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes. This is a trail that runs along the Coeur d'Alene River and then also all around Lake Coeur d'Alene. We're starting here from the CDA RV Park, and we're planning an ambitious day. From the park here, we're going to take the trail down to the Chatcolet Bridge, which is the famous trestle bridge that runs across Lake Coeur d'Alene. So it's a beautiful day, and we are about ready to take off.
This is just the beginning of our trail. We started in the woods. This is the view that we came out of.
The reviews of this trail are pretty consistent and all positive. We're looking forward to it. Just getting started. So we're starting off this morning pretty early, right around 8 o'clock, because it's a cool, crisp 62 degrees, but it's supposed to get up to 94 today, so we want to get the majority of the ride in before it gets too hot. So when we first got our electric bikes about 2.5 years ago and started doing research on some long distance paved bicycle trails, this trail almost always popped up in the top 10 or the top 20. So we've been looking forward to this for a couple of years, and we are certainly hoping that it lives up to its hype. It's off to a very good start here as we're going right along the Coeur d'Alene River. Got a beautiful day for it, so we're really looking forward to enjoying this ride. These birds have found an interesting perch, and he doesn't seem to mind it. Looks like the path is inhabited by some local wildlife. They don't seem too intimidated. There they go. Coeur d'Alene River is very calm and tranquil this morning. So how is this for a cool little picnic area? On a hot summer day, get off your bicycle, come back in here to your own little private picnic area. Enjoying the peaceful river this morning.
Well, we had to make it stop here because all these lily pads have pink flowers.
Beautiful. Starting to warm up.
It is warming up. I'm thinking about ready to take my jacket off.
Well, it's just one beautiful view after another on this trail. It just never ending. One of the really nice things about this trail is they have these rest areas with restrooms, picnic areas. Over here is another little picnic area overlooking the Coeur d'Alene River, and I think they said there's like 17 of these along the way. They're really nice. For the majority of the trail so far, we're about 8 or 9 miles in. There's water on both sides. You got the Coeur d'Alene River over here, and you got lakes and stuff on the other side. Very scenic trail so far. Still a lot of old remnants from the train tracks as we've been going along. So now at this point, the trail starts to parallel Lake Coeur d'Alene. Lake Coeur d'Alene. Nice little marina here. Not sure if the train was purely for mining and lumber, but if it was for any type of passenger transportation, it had an enjoyable view as they were going down the rails, just like we are. see ahead of us how the trail is just going to wrap right around the lake. The other side, back right on the lake. Now that we're along the lake, we're starting to see a lot more, private vacation homes and docks. Now in the distance you can start to see the famous bridge, the old trestle that has now been converted for the bikes. That is where we are headed.
Okay, I think we're about 15 miles in and we came to the big bridge that we heard a lot about. We're going to go over that bridge. Doesn't look as intimidating from this angle.
Well, as you can see, this is the old train trestle that the train went right across Lake Coeur, and they have converted it now to purely a bicycle bridge. I think it's about 2/3 of a mile across. Certainly not going to videotape all of it, but I'm going to give you a little feel. And up we go. And we have reached the top. And down we go.
Well, we just had our lunch. Hey there, are you gonna run into me? Ooh, that was close.
It's just never-ending beauty. Spend so much time looking at the lake that forget to look at the scenic view on the other side of the path. I think it's always cool when you go through these where you know they've dug them out for the railroad lines. What makes this especially cool is that when you come out the other side, wham! Beautiful, beautiful view. So just off the trail is the historic town of Harrison. History of Harrison is that back in the day it had lots of large lumber mills here. So we went into Harrison's trading post and found what we were looking for, found the stickers, which were the trails of the Coeur d'Alene. And Betsy has found a very nice place to take a break in the shade.
Nice place to take a break. Well, hello. We just got back from going to a little town of Harrison. It was a cute little town. This time I have to kick sand up. Hello, guys.
As we have learned along the trail, one of the main reasons for the railroad line was to support the local mining business. But 100 years ago, they didn't have the environmental protections that they obviously have now. And I guess silver mining produced a lot of toxic waste. So What you're seeing here is the reclamation process to reclaim this land and void it of all the toxic materials that are in the soil. So this project's been going on for many years, and appears like it's going to be going on for many more. But that's what you're looking at right here, is cleaning up a 100-year-old issue when they did the silver mining years ago. I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but it is cool how they've kept the old train trestles, bridges, now converted them for bicycles. So we are now actually going over the Coeur River, going on the other side.
The oldest restaurant bar in Idaho.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's called the Snake Pit.
And you know why?
No, why?
Because I think it was the outhouse. It had snakes in the outhouse. And so people started calling it the Snake Pit. This is the outside. It's called the Snake Pit. And it is, like I said, it is the oldest restaurant in Idaho.
Another cool old trestle bridge, and back across the Coeur River again.
The last part of this path, we have 5 miles to go. I gotta make sure I don't lose the camera because there are a few bumps on this trail.
Afternoon breeze is picking up, and the temperature has definitely picked up. I would say it is probably getting pretty close to 90 now.
I'll follow you. I will follow you. I know you will. My pockets are flooding.
As we pull back into the campground, our adventures of the trail of the Coeur has come to an end. And as Betsy said previously, what I can say is, wow. This trail has been on our bucket list for 2 years, and it absolutely did not disappoint. It was just a beautiful ride.
We just got done, and again, it was beautiful. But what was crazy was it could be a sensory overload. So you kept taking videos going, can I take this one? Come around the corner, oh, I take that one. It was just really all over the place. So I would say my top 2 is the Columbia River and this one. Anyway, it's another one I recommend. We both would, right?
Absolutely.